Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm once again Raf. Firstly, my apologies, we've been a little bit quiet on YouTube recently. We've been just ridiculously busy in the workshop, plus obviously we had a Christmas break and I needed a bit of time off, so I went away. So yeah, we're catching up. There's a lot of videos which have been recorded and they're actually in the editing process at the moment. So yeah, please stay put and you will get some good entertainment soon. So next to me, we have a lovely Bentley Turbo R. This is for an existing client of ours. I thought I'd do a video on this because it's a little bit different to a lot of the other cars we've had on our channel recently. So Bentley Turbo R, this is a 1995, 96 car, I think it is. And basically the owner approached us because we've done work for him before, and he had a problem with the system in this car. So it wasn't really a factory system. It has had an upgrade in the past. So the car's had an issue where some of the speakers weren't working. He's had it in at a Bentley specialist. They've had a look and they were like, look, it's a little bit more work for us than we understand, so maybe take it to an audio specialist. So he's brought it in. We've had a look and we found there was problems with the looms, etc. So we've had a chat, we got it all working, explained to him what the problem was, and he said, while you've got it, because we have done a couple of other cars for him, he said, why don't we just modernize the whole system? So once again, what we do is we had a consultation, we had a chat about where he wanted to go, and we've come up with a plan. The only requirement for this owner was that he wanted to retain the factory stereo. So this has got an Alpine head unit, which was in there when he got the car, and it had a CD changer in the armrest. He said, I want to retain the head unit and the CD changer. So it's a cassette player, CD changer, and because he said, sometimes he listens to CDs, and most modern units haven't got CDs in, they're usually mechless. But he wanted to add modern tech. He wanted Bluetooth in the car. Whoever's done work on the car in the past had put in a hands-free car kit, which sort of gave you Bluetooth, but it was going through an interface into a different amplifier. So there was already an amplifier in the boot, a bit of a cheap amplifier, cheap entry-level amplifier was in the boot. And then some of the speakers had been changed and some of them were factory. So what did we do? So firstly, what we did was we got rid of all the old equipment, we got rid of the old hands-free kit, etc., left the factory head unit in place, tested it all out, made sure it was working properly, which it was. We've then upgraded all of the speakers in the car. This car, because it's a saloon, there's a fuel tank right behind the rear seats. And even though the boot is quite big, he didn't want to do any additional building. He didn't want a boot build or anything. He wanted to keep the car as looking sort of as stock as possible. So it caused us a bit of a problem because a subwoofer was sort of out of the question because he said, I don't want to put anything in the boot. It's going to look a bit tacky, a bit satin, a bit boy racer. Didn't want to do it. So what we've done is we've upgraded all of the speakers using Helix speakers. So on this car, we've got a three-way front end. So we've got a decent bass to start with. We've got tweeters that sit on top of the dash. We've got mid-range speakers in the doors, and we will overlay images of all of this. And then we've got like a mid-bass driver in the door. Somebody had already upgraded the mid-bass driver to a really old Pioneer 6.5-inch speaker. But like I said, sometimes it was working, sometimes it wasn't, so started again. So we've gone Helix i5 speakers up front. The i5 range is awesome. It's quite a new range. It's for what you pay, it's an amazing set of speakers. So we've gone i5 6.5s in the doors. We've had to use some custom 3D mounted collars, and again, we will overlay images. We've then gone for the Helix i5 3-inch mid-range in the doors, again in our custom collars. A lot of 3D printing had to go on here and a lot of design work to get the right collars and to make sure they look right and fitted how they should. If in future anybody takes the door cards off on the car to look, almost OEM. So 3-inch in the doors in 3D mounted collars. And then we've installed our Helix i5 tweeters on top of the dash. It's not the ideal location for a set of tweeters, but like I said, he wants to stay OEM. We've gone for the i5 tweeters. We recently used these in a Lamborghini, and I was blown away by how good these tweeters sounded. I would say for what they cost, they'll probably outperform most tweeters in that price bracket. So they have to also go in custom 3D mounted collars, which again I'll overlay some images of. So three-way front end, and we've run that fully active. Fully active basically means every speaker has got a dedicated channel from the amplifier we've installed in this car. So that's 6 channels gone basically. We've run the whole system through an 8-channel Audio-Tech Fisher amplifier. So a match up 8 we've used basically. Now this amplifier is 8 channels, and 2 of the channels are higher output than the other 6 channels. So the 2 higher output channels we've used on the 6.5-inch door speakers. So 6 channels gone. The rears we've used, again, Helix i3 components. So we've put i3 components, but we've run these passive. What this means is, because we've only got 2 channels left on the amp, we've run 1 channel per door, and then we've used a crossover in each door, a Helix crossover. So a Helix 5¼ inch in the rear door, and i3, and a i3 tweeter in the rear door. Again, in custom 3D mounted collars. Again, we'll overlay images. Everything looks stock, and it's actually gone in really well. Whoever did this car before us has already sound deadened most of the doors. So the doors were pretty much already sound deadened. So we had a really good foundation. The issue with the car was the wiring. So when this car was built, Bentley basically ran phonos to the back of the car and they left them there. So if you spec'd it with like their high-end system, they would plug the phonos into an amplifier and put an amp in. Them phono cables were being used currently, as were the original speaker wires running up the car. We've started again. We've run new cables from the front to the back and from the back to the front. So all new cables. We've also installed in the match amplifier a Bluetooth interface. What this does is, it's awesome the way it works, and it's rapid. It just works immediately. What this does is it gives you full Bluetooth control. So the owner can get in, turn his radio on, his Alpine, it'll all run through the amplifier. We've tuned all the amplifier. Because it's a DSP, we have to tune it, we've time aligned it all. And I mean, how it sounds awesome. Considering it hasn't got a subwoofer, if you listen to this car, it sounds brilliant. It sounds really, really impressive. You know, I'm really impressed with these 6.5 inch i5 speakers. So he can get in, listen to his Alpine head unit, listen to a CD, but let's say he wants to listen to some music via Spotify, etc. If he plays music through his Bluetooth source, so his phone or whatever, as soon as he hits play, we've prioritized it so the amplifier in the boot will automatically, within like a fraction of a second, it will switch over to Bluetooth and the head unit will just get disconnected. And then he's got, you know, modern Bluetooth tech, really good, high, you know, sounds awesome. So he's got that. Now, obviously, we don't want the owner to be adjusting the volume off his phone while he's driving, etc. So if he's put a playlist on, he can't really touch his phone because obviously it's illegal. So what we've done is we've actually put a controller in the ashtray. So in the ashtray, we've again 3D printed a nice mount for the Helix conductor, which is a really nice volume control. We've mounted that in there, and these can be programmed to do what you want. So how we've programmed this is, as soon as you turn it on, the original, whatever, you know, the factory setting, it reverts to his Bluetooth volume. So as soon as he turns his Bluetooth on, he opens his ashtray, he can adjust the Bluetooth volume from there, happy days. If he clicks that button one more time, it takes him to master volume for the Alpine. So he's never going to use this because he's just going to leave that on full and adjust the volume from his Alpine, so he's never going to use it. Also, what you can do via this conductor is he can keep the button pressed for a few seconds. So if he changes his phone, press the button for 5 seconds, it puts it into Bluetooth pairing mode, pair a new phone, happy days. So nice and simple. So all in all, this was a really nice upgrade. Car sounds really good. It's getting collected. It's Friday today when we're shooting this, so Monday I think it's getting collected, and the owner's going to come down. We always recommend people come and collect their cars so we can run you through the system and show you how everything works. You know, and it's just easier for us. And also, let's say he listens to it. Everyone's ears are different. He might turn around and say, well, do you know what? Too much treble there for me, too much bass, whatever. We can plug the laptop in, and because this is a DSP, we can tune it to exactly what he wants. DSPs are a game changer. I keep saying this in all my videos, they're a game changer. If you're considering an audio system, a DSP literally takes your system from that and it elevates it up here. It literally gives you full control. We've played tracks in here, tracks I listen to all the time. And yesterday we listened to some music, and there were certain instruments which at certain points in this song, you think, what the hell, I've never heard that before. So if it's all done right, there's things in tracks you already listen to which will stand out to you, which you've never actually noticed. The staging is awesome. When you're sitting in the driver's seat, the way we've time aligned it and tuned it, the music sounds like it's coming from the middle, and you almost, you know, I demoed it to one of the reps actually yesterday, and he almost, oh, you've got center channel. No center channel, it's just time alignment, it's magic. Amplifier's been mounted in the boot, we've hidden it away. Again, we'll overlay some images. So the amp's in the boot, there's like a panel in the Bentleys where you drop it down. That's where the original amp was, and we put it in the same place. So it is accessible for servicing, etc. And you know, everything works really well. So even if you've got an older vehicle, feels disrespectful calling this an older vehicle now, but you know it is. Even if you've got an older vehicle with older tech and you want to modernize it, you know, we can do that for you. So guys, if you come with me now, we'll go inside the car and I'll quickly show you what we've done inside. Right guys, we're inside this lovely Bentley. This is actually still such a lovely car. It's still so luxurious, it's beautiful. Really like this car. So yeah, we're in the car, and as you can see, everything looks completely stock, all the door cards, everything. You can't tell anything's been done. We've got the Alpine head unit here. So if this owner wanted to get in the car now and just play a cassette, which, you know, I don't know if he would, it would just work, or the radio, or he might want to go up to his CD changer and play his CDs, it'll all just work. But should he connect his phone, so should he press play on a track on his phone, it will instantly, the amplifier will instantly detect his phone is connected and change over to the Bluetooth source. Now, the volume controller we put in the ashtray here, obviously he doesn't use the ashtray anymore, so literally you open it up, it looks completely stock, and in there we've got the volume controller. Like I said, this volume controller, the conductor, the first setting which it's always on is the volume. So if he's driving, it's just a nice place to just turn the volume up and down, and he can adjust the volume for his Bluetooth source, and it just works perfectly. And if you press it again, that's the master volume for the Alpine head unit. We leave that on full, and then he can just sort of adjust the volume from here for the Alpine. It's just easier for the owner. And if he wanted to pair a new phone, so if he changed his phone, or his wife got in, or whatever, his kids got in and they wanted to use their phone, they just press this button for 5 seconds, it goes into Bluetooth pairing mode, pair your phone, boom, away you go. So all in all, this was a really nice project, and we actually really enjoyed it. Even though it sounds simple on paper, it was actually quite complex. So we had to do a lot of testing. Running cables up and down this car was a bit of a pain, if I'm honest with you. There's not really any space, so that was a challenge in itself. Then there was a lot of 3D printing, and obviously a lot of the guys, you know, who are 3D printing things, you know, including ourselves sometimes, the designs are available, they're readily available. You know, we shared designs with friends, etc., and it makes life easier. But for this car, there was nothing available, so everything had to be designed in-house. And sometimes that in itself can be a bit tedious, because you design something, you print it, you bring it up, it doesn't work properly, or it doesn't fit, or the door card catches, etc., and then you go back to the drawing board, do it again. And there's a lot of time used in this, but you know, we've got a really good team here, and everybody's good at what they do, and we get the jobs done. When this car gets collected, the owner, this is part of a collection, and the owner's actually dropping off his Continental R, which I don't know what's wrong with it. It sounds similar to this, because he said, oh, there's a bit of an issue with it, can you have a look? So I don't know what it'll be. If it comes in a simple fix and we don't do anything, obviously I won't shoot a video. But if it comes in and, you know, we get in, you know, get involved, and it's a, you know, turns into a bit of a system, that'd be a nice video as well. We'll shoot it. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If anybody's got any questions, drop us a shout. I always try to tell people in these videos that, you know, you never have to be happy with what you got in pretty much any car, brand new, old, whatever. If you want your car to sound better, there's always a solution for you. And I still say you can't beat going on a nice drive, having your car sounding awesome. If you've never had a good sounding car, then you probably won't understand what I'm saying, because there's people out there who think factory systems sound great, and you know, it's great if that's what you think, but if you listen to music and you listen to a properly tuned car, there is no comparison. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. It really helps. YouTube got this funny algorithm, and also we were looking recently, and I think over 90% of people who are watching our videos aren't subscribed. It's not a lot for you guys to just click that subscribe button, but it does help us, because the more subscribers we've got, YouTube ranks our videos higher, etc. So please, please, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I'm Raf, and I'm out.